Hello, FBC Salinas. This is Pastor John coming to you with another edition of the Midweek Refresher video, where I desire to do two things. Number one, provide you some information. And number two, provide you some inspiration in the middle of your week. Hey, we're going to hop right into the informational portion of this. And the information is this. This upcoming Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. is a music/tech volunteer training seminar session for those of you interested in those two particular areas of ministry here at the church. Adam and Jennifer Penrose are putting together a great opportunity for those of you interested in this to hear about their vision, their hopes, and how you can practically be involved in one of these two ministries. So it's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. here at the church. If you're interested in those areas, please be here for that. It'll be a great time and learning about what their hopes are for this ministry. And it's a valuable ministry that we have here. Every ministry here is viable and also valuable, frankly. But that being said, be here if you're interested in helping out in one of those two ministries. Hey, also put this on your calendar. For February 25th, men, we are having a men's breakfast from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. here at the church. Great food, great opportunity to interact with one another. We haven't done one of these in a while, and we're looking forward to the interaction that we'll have with one another, as well as what we'll learn about how we, as followers of Christ, Christ-following men, can make an impact not only with their families, but in other areas of our lives as well. So it'll be from 9 to 10:30. I'll be giving a short little, well, I don't know how short it'll be, but it'll be a message on what we can do and how we then should live our lives as Christ-following men. Looking forward to that. There'll be some music led by Adam Penrose, as well as great interaction with one another around some great food. So that's on February 25th. And then on March 5th, after the worship service, the life groups are having a luncheon that if you're interested in being involved in a life group, we would invite you to join us for this luncheon. The food will be provided. It'll be a great time. You'll hear testimonies about people's experience in life group, and it will also perhaps answer some of the questions that you may very well have about life group. So that's March 5th after the worship service. We're looking forward to having this happen. All right. So, hey, that's it for the informational portion. The music tech volunteer meeting this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The men's breakfast on February 25th from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And then on March 5th, Sunday, March 5th, there was a life group luncheon after the service for those of you that are interested in getting involved in a life group. All right. So, hey, I don't know about you, but there are times when I spend time in the Word where all of a sudden something just, boom, it just pops off the page. You ever have those experiences? Had one of those recently. I'm working, part of my devotional time is I'm walking through the book of Romans, and what a great book this is. And so as I'm walking through it, a lot to digest there. And I think sometimes I get caught up perhaps in some of the minutia of it all, and I get bogged down in some of the details. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there are these other times, like what just happened to me recently, where I'm reading it and these words just popped off the page. And it sort of came out of the blue, and it really hit me and began to stir within me some cool things. And so let me read this to you. And it's found in Romans chapter 4. Listen to what Paul says, starting at verse 16. He says this, "Therefore the promise comes by faith, so that it may be by grace and may be guaranteed to all Abraham's offspring, not only to those who are of the law, but also to those who have the faith of Abraham. He is the father of us all." Okay, so what Paul's driving at here is faith is what it's about. It's not about the law, because Jesus Christ has fulfilled the law. But here's what's interesting about Abraham. He was considered the father of the faith even before the law came into existence. That's just a great reminder, and I appreciate Paul going back to the father of the faith. It's Abraham. It's not what happened after the law. It's what happens before that. It's about faith. It's about faith in who God is and what he does. And so Paul drives this home, and then listen to what he says in verse 17. As it is written, I have made you a father of many nations. He is our Father in the sight of God, in whom he believed. Now notice this next line, and this is the line that grabbed me. The God who gives life to the dead and calls into being things that were not. Our God calls into life from the dead. He gives life to the dead. Let that sink in. Our sin deadens us, and God breathes life. He breathes life into us. And I think at times we can get so bogged down, I can at least, get so bogged down in all these horrible things that I've done or that I've thought or I've said or whatever. And yeah, I should feel conviction. And I so often forget that Jesus Christ, God himself, has given me life. And notice this next line, and calls into being things that were not. Our God is big enough, strong enough, loving enough to breathe into your life and my life things that we don't even know anything about, and yet he's able to breathe into life and bring into being these things that we would have never even thought possible. All for his glory. It's he who's doing the work, not us. It's him. And I needed that, and God's timing was so good. And in the process of his timing being so good, I walked away from this experience in Romans chapter 4 with this huge smile on my face saying, that is some really good stuff. We need that reminder, and perhaps you need that reminder. What is that reminder? That our God is bigger, better, bolder, stronger, greater than anything that comes our way. Yes, our sin bogs us down. Yes, we do a variety of things that are wrong. And when we are in Christ, we have been rescued and are being rescued by this one who gives life to the dead and calls into being things that were not. May that truth, may this great God breathe into your life and into my life this week. And may we fix our eyes on him, not on us, but on him as he carries us through this. I love you. I'm thankful for you. I'm praying for you. I hope you have a great rest of the week. And I hope this God who gives life to the dead and calls into being things that were not, I pray that he becomes all the more real to you this week. God bless you. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.